Greetings to you all. Welcome to Class 9, Unit 6 Prose, From Zero to Infinity. Book Bag Exercise, Part 3. Dear children, already we have discussed till G section. Now we are going to do grammar. Page 159. So in today's grammar, we are going to see connectors. Connectors means, connectors are the words which connect two things. It may be words, phrases, clauses, sentences. Connection kudukuradhu connectors. Okay, for example, we could go to the library or the park. So, here the or word is connecting. Second one, he neither finished his homework nor studied for the test. Nor, that is connecting. I did not go out because the weather was hot. So, because is the connecting word. In each of the above sentences, two different ideas are expressed in one sentence to connect the ideas. Some words like or, neither, nor, because are used. These words and phrases are called connectors. A connector may be used to indicate the relationship between the ideas expressed in a clause or a sentence. The following connectors can be used for different purposes. Look at the following sentences, how connectors are used. The following connectors can be used for different purposes. Look at the following sentences, how connectors are used. Adding, sequencing, illustrating, cause and effect. For adding, what we do? We use the words and, also, as well as, moreover, to, furthermore, additionally. For sequencing, we use the words first, second, third, like that. Finally, next, meanwhile, after, then, subsequently, like that. For illustrating, for example, such as, for instance, in the case of, as revealed by, illustrated by. And when we talk about cause and effect, because, so, therefore, thus, consequently, hence. And when we want to compare something, we use the words like similarly, likewise, as with, like, equally, in the same way, like that, okay? Okay, now if you want to qualify means but, however, although, unless, except, apart from, as long as, if. If you want to do contrasting means whereas, instead of, alternatively, otherwise, unlike, on the other hand, conversely. If you want to emphasize something means above all, in particular, especially, significantly, indeed, notably, like that, okay? Okay, let's see some examples. The man has much money. However, he isn't happy at all. So, however is connecting word. I like playing football. On the other hand, my brother likes playing basketball. On the other hand, his family made lot of effort to make their son's lessons better. Conversely, he never made any effort. She spent 4 hours studying for her law degree. Meanwhile, she continued to work at the bank. You are not allowed to use your phone here. Similarly, you have to switch it off when you are in the library. Okay, so you can see the blue color, no? However, on the other hand, conversely, meanwhile, similarly, all these are connecting. Now let's see some exercise. Section A. Complete the following sentences using appropriate connectors from the box. The words are moreover, as long as, although, thus, meanwhile, above all, therefore, for instance, because, except. Shall we do? Okay. Irene felt cold, although she was wearing a winter coat. Okay, although. This restaurant has some of the best chefs in the town. Moreover, their service is excellent. So, moreover. I am not going to the party tonight because I didn't get an invitation because. Fourth one, you can set the table. Meanwhile, I will start making dinner. Fifth one, I can play quite a few instruments, for instance, the flute, the guitar and the piano. Sixth one, the store was out of chocolate chips. Thus, they would need to make different types of cookies. Seventh one, the stores are open daily except Sundays. Eighth one, I will stay as long as you need me. So all these words, no, as long as, except and all, connecting words. Ninth one, the detergent is highly concentrated and therefore you need to dilute it. Tenth one, it was a thing he prized above all. Okay, fine children. Next one, active voice and passive voice. Read the following sentences and analyze the difference. So active voice, passive voice already you have studied also. Pune Eliye kondadu. So when you turn it into passive voice, Eli Puneyal kollapattadu. Like that, no? That one. Okay. The team leader presented the report. So what do you do? Subject, verb, object. So object will come in the beginning. The report is presented by the team leader. In the first sentence, the verb shows that the subject is the doer of the action. So the first sentence, first one, the doer of the action. Therefore, the sentence is an active voice. In the second sentence, the verb shows that the subject is not the doer of the action. Therefore, the sentence is in passive voice. Okay. We use the passive voice when the focus is on the action rather than the doer of the action. For example, about 50% of the graduates are employed in IT-related sectors. We do not know who the doer is. Example, my bike was stolen yesterday. It means, yaro theriyala. We talk of a system or a process. The vegetables were washed well. Then they are cut into cubes. Or process we use. We write newspaper headlines and notices at public places. Be verb is omitted as the language has the concise. The passive voice where use pandronaka in headlines, newspaper headlines, notice and all. For example, 20 sportsmen facilitated by PM. Adha normally 20 sportsmen were varno. Next one, we describe changes that have taken place. For example, our school looks completely different. The whole place has been painted. Okay. Look at the table below. It shows the changes in tense while changing sentences from active voice into passive voice. So, we tense paathukonga active voice kapri agum, passive voice enna agum. A simple present naka he makes coffee. Appo adu maatti eludhumbodhu coffee is made by him. In present continuous tense, he is making coffee. If you turn it into passive voice, coffee is being made by him. So, third la irukkiradhu object வந்து first la vandirணும். Present perfect la paakumbodhu he has made coffee. Coffee has been made by him. Simple past, he made coffee. Coffee was made by him. Past continuous, he was making coffee. Coffee was being. So ing varumbodhu being made by him. Past perfect, he had made coffee. Coffee had been made by him. Simple future, he will make coffee. Coffee will be made by him. Future perfect, he will have made coffee. Coffee will have been made by him. Now we'll do some exercise. B section. Convert the following active sentences into passive sentences by supplying an appropriate passive verb form. Shall we do? First one, she will not recognize us. We dash by her. As with we your options are will not recognize, will not being recognized, will not be recognized. So answer is we will not be recognized by her. Second one, they didn't invite me, but I went away. I dash, but I went away. Your options are was invited, was being invited, wasn't inviting. So the answer is I wasn't invited, but I went away. Third one, they broke up the table for firewood. And how will you write? The table dash up for firewood. Options are broke, had broken, was broken. The table was broken up for firewood. Fourth one, she has won the first prize. So the first prize dash by her. Your options are has won, has been won, had been won. The first prize has been won by her. Okay. Fifth one, A friend of mine is repairing the car. The car dash by a friend of mine. Your options are is repairing, is repaired, is being repaired. The car is being repaired by a friend of mine. Enna anga repairing ing iruknala being repaired. Sixth one, begin the work tomorrow. So how will you write? Let us work dash tomorrow. Your options are be begin, begin is beginning. Let the work be begin tomorrow. Seventh one, they speak English in New Zealand. So how will you write? English dash in New Zealand. Your options are is speaking, is spoken, is being spoken. English is spoken in New Zealand. Eighth one, his attitude shocked me. I dash by his attitude. Your options are had shocked, had been shocked, was shocked. I was shocked by his attitude. Ninth one, she had already sent the parcel. The parcel dash by her. Your options are has already been sent, had already been sent, was already sent. And the answer is the parcel had already been sent by her. 10th one, her silence worries me. I dash your silence. Options are am worried by, have worried by. So I am worried by her silence. Okay. C section children, match the following active voice sentence with passive voice sentence. Okay. I will never forget this experience. How will you change? This experience will never be forgotten by me. Second one, mother made a cake yesterday. A cake was made by mother yesterday. Have you finished the report? Has the report been finished by you? The tiger was chasing the deer. The deer was being chased by the tiger. She has written a novel. A novel has been written by her. Fine. Okay. Now moving on to the next one, imperative passive. So imperative na kattale vakyathaku how will you change? So what you should do, let is only important. Okay. Let plus object plus be plus past participle. That positive ka. Negative naka let plus object plus not plus be plus past participle. Okay. For example, open the window. That's a very imperative sentence. Kattale vakyam. Active இருக்குது. How will you change it into passive voice? Let the window be opened. Okay, next one. Let, so negative மாத்தும்போது let plus object plus not plus be plus past participle. இது negative. For example, do not pluck the flowers. This is active. How will you change it into negative? Let the flowers not be plucked. This is passive voice. Okay, children. All right, next one. Look at these imperatives in passive and compare. Active. Help me. Passive. You are requested to help me. Active voice, don't touch it. Passive, how will you change? You are warned not to touch it. Note, we can begin the passive sentence with you if we want to put emphasis on the person addressed to. Okay? Okay, D section children, change the following into passive voice. Stanley will inform you later. You will be informed by Stanley later. People speak Portuguese in Brazil. Portuguese is spoken in Brazil. Third one, my grandfather built this house in 1943. This house was built by my grandfather in 1943. Fourth one, do not hurt the animals. Let the animals not be hurt. Fifth one, you must not drop litter in the street. Litter must not be dropped in the street. Sixth one, carry it home. Let it be carried home. Seventh one, they are decorating the wall. The wall is being decorated by them. Eighth one, he has already mended the TV set. The TV set has already been mended by him. Fine, children. Okay, moving on to the project. Make a scrapbook of famous biographies by collecting at least 5 biographies of famous scientists, mathematicians, inventors, artists, etc. of your choice. You may also collect the pictures related to their achievements, inventions, etc. அதாவது யார் யார் பெரியவங்க இருக்கிறாங்களா லீடர்ஸ் ரோல் மாடல்ஸ் ஸோ அவங்கள பற்றி நம்ம பயோகிராஃபி எழுதணும். சொந்தமாக உங்களை பற்றி நீங்கள் எழுதுனீங்கன்னா அது ஆட்டோபயோகிராஃபி, அடுத்தவங்களை பற்றி எதுவும் பயோகிராஃபி. ஸோ இங்கே மேரி கியூரி, ஜான் சாக், MS சுப்புலக்ஷ்மி, ஸ்டீஃபன் ஹாக்கிங். இது இல்லாமல் யூ கேன் பிக் அப் பிக்சர்ஸ் ஃப்ரம் கூகுள் ஆர் எனிவேர். ஓகே, வில் ஜஸ்ட் ரைட் a few things. Marie Curie was born on 7th November 1867 and she was a Polish and naturalized French physicist and chemist who conducted pioneering research on radioactivity. She was the first woman to win a Nobel Prize, the first person and only woman to win twice, and the only person to win a Nobel Prize in 2 different sciences. She was part of the Curie family legacy of 5 Nobel Prizes. Her achievement included the development of theory of radioactivity, a term that she coined, techniques for isolating radioactive isotopes, and the discovery of 2 elements, polonium and radium. Next one. Johannes Eduard Salk was born on October 28, 1914. He was an American medical researcher and virologist. He discovered and developed one of the first successful polio vaccines. Born in New York City, he attended New York University School of Medicine, later choosing to do medical research instead of becoming a practicing physician. 2 years later, he was granted a fellowship at the University of Michigan, where he would study flu viruses with his mentor, Thomas Francis Jr. until 1955. When the Stack vaccine was introduced, polio was considered one of the most frightening public health problems in the world. Next one, MS Subbulakshmi. MS Subbulakshmi was born on 16 September 1916. She was an Indian Carnatic singer from Madurai, Tamil Nadu. She was the first musician ever to be awarded the Bharat Ratna, India's highest civilian honor. She is the first Indian musician to receive the Roman Magsaysay Award, often considered Asia's Nobel Prize. In 1974, with the citation reading Exacting Pursuit, acknowledged Srimati MS Subbulakshmi as the leading exponent of classical and semi-classical songs in the Carnatic tradition of South India. Subbulakshmi gave her first public performance at the age of 11. In the year 1927, in the 100-pillar hall inside the Rockford Temple, Trichurapalli. Now next one we'll see Stephen Hawking. Okay, Stephen Hawking was born on 8th January 1942. He was an English theoretical physicist, cosmologist, and author who was director of research at the Center of Theoretical Cosmology at the University of Cambridge. At the time of his death, his scientific works included a collaboration with Roger Penrose of gravitational singularity theorems in the framework of general relativity and the theoretical prediction that black holes emit radiation, often called Hawking radiation. Hawking was the first to set up a theory of cosmology, explained by union of general theory of relativity and quantum mechanics. His book, A Brief History of Time, appeared on the British Sunday, the Times bestseller list for a record-breaking 237 weeks. Fine children, I hope you understood. என்னோட உள் மனசில் ஆசை என்னென்னா, எவ்வளோ நாள் நம்ம அடுத்தவங்களை பற்றியே படிச்சுட்டு அடுத்தவங்களை பற்றியே பயோகிராஃபி எல்லாம் படிச்சுட்டு இருக்கிறது. when are you going to create history? நாம் எப்போ என்னையும் சேர்த்து தான் சொல்கிறேன். ஓகே, ஸோ when are we going to do? நம்மளை பற்றி அடுத்தவங்க ரீட் பண்ணணும் இல்லையா? அதுக்கு ஏற்ற மாதிரி we have to achieve something. ஓகே, யூ ஹாவ் டு டூ சம்திங் கிரேட் இன் த வேர்ல்ட். ஏதோ பிறந்தோம் வளர்ந்தோம் அப்படியே ஒரு நாள் போனோன்னு இருக்கக்கூடாது. டூ சம்திங் டிஃப்ரெண்ட் ஃப்ரம் அதர்ஸ் அண்ட் பிளேஸ் அ லேண்ட்மார்க் வேர் எவர் யூ கோ. உங்களோட திறமையை வளர்த்துக்கோங்க. எனி ஃபீல்டு இட் மே பி, நோ ப்ராப்ளம். ஸோ நெக்ஸ்ட் டைம் பார்க்கும்போது இன் விச் ஏரியா யூ ஆர் இன்ட்ரெஸ்டட், எங்கே இருந்து உங்களோட டேலண்ட்டை ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ண போகிறீங்க பார்த்துட்டு அச்சீவ் கிரேட் சக்ஸஸ். ஐ விஷ் யூ ஆல் வெரி வெரி பெஸ்ட். உங்களோட ஆட்டோபயோகிராஃபிக்காக வெயிட் பண்ணுறேன். ஃபைன் சில்ட்ரன்.